Hello, everybody. Danny Shay here on a Monday, along with Psychic Duck. Say hello to Psychic Duck, everybody. Hello, everybody. Things on my table are falling over. Hang on. Okay, well, I guess I'll find it. It fell on the floor and crystals are falling. Feels like life. Things falling. Are they falling into place, falling apart? I don't know. I use an iPad to stream these videos, and my big iPad just died. Um, I had a Zoom thing on Saturday, and it was, it didn't work. It was like, is this Mercury retrograde? It feels just so off to me. Anyway, um, there's a couple of things that are going on that I just want to pull some energy of the week. And that was what my intent was when I sat down to do this. And then I got a little news feed. And in it, it said, let me see if I can just pull it up because it infuriated me. Come on, now it's not showing up. Here it is. The Supreme Court allows sweeping immigration stops in the Los Angeles area. So if you look brown, if you look like you have a job that doesn't give you a lot of money, if you look like, I mean, for any reason. And the Supreme Court said, yeah, what happened to due process? I'm like, ay, 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 ay. I've got friends. They're brown. Uh-oh, get rid of them. Oh my God. So now they're thinking about leaving the country. I don't know. This is not what I thought we were at all. Mark Elias just sent me an email, not personally, but he's going, where is the rage? And I'm getting all pumped up here, and I'm like, oh my God. It hurts me so much that I don't know. I don't know what I'm saying. I'm just so pissed. I am so pissed. So a couple of things I want to look at, which I don't know if I'm going to be able to do this clearly, but I'm going to try. I want to look where we are using the Galactic Heritage deck. And in this deck, the Galactic Heritage cards talk about different galactic societies that have gone through the same path that we are going through. The path that this is we all come from unification. We fragment so that we can experience contrast, so that we can experience emotion, feelings, whatever for this uh, civilization we're in, and then go back to unification. So there are a number of civilizations that have done that, and we are part of that. These other civilizations have actually succeeded where we're in the middle of it. So if you want more information, they have a great app, the Galactic Heritage Deck, and here it is. Here's the book. It's one of my favorites. It's really deep though. I mean, it's 108 cards, and it goes deep into galactic awareness. Let me drop this down and see what we get with this. And I may need to use the book a little bit because, again, it is so deep. So we start here and we go around into the portal energy. So we're circulating into the portal energy. Let's take a look at what we got. 107, true compassion. Okay. This is So in my true compassion, right, I'm feeling so much of this stuff going on. I'm feeling it in the outside world. I'm feeling that as an empathic being, sometimes I think I feel too much. I feel the sadness for the war-torn areas of Ukraine, of Gaza, of Africa. And so I block myself out. I don't want to feel all that. But that is a challenge because we need to feel it all. So one of the lines from the book that says here, it says, when you find pain within you, embrace it fully. The whole feels your love and compassion. At first, this may hurt because it's natural to try to shield yourself from the pain of another, but eventually the love you share will melt away the pain. So this is Orion light. This is, now many of you guys may know that Orion was a warring type society. This is the lightness of Orion. They evolved into, and they found this true compassion. This is the second to last card in the deck where you go back to unification. Okay. The past, we have abandonment. And this is what I'm feeling right now. I'm feeling abandoned. I'm going, where is the true compassion? We are so polarized. Why can't some of these people see what we're doing to harm people, to harm ourselves? When we harm somebody else, we're harming ourselves. Why can't we see that? I feel abandoned. Look at that green-haired earthling crying. Fine hair that woman has, man has. He, she, it. Here we are. Deep polarity. This is Orion. This is in the past. Not Orion light, but this is what Orion was dealing with. This is what we are dealing with right now. This deep polarity of I'm right, you're wrong. Okay, help us, help us, help us. Come on. This feels like the soup that we are in now. And then we have leaving home, 104. Again, we're getting close to the end of the deck. Okay. This is about walking our own path, leaving home. When we're a child, we want to stay with the parental units and listen to their words and take their words on as our story. But that's not true. We now need to leave that and come up with our own story with true compassion. Let go of the deep polarity that we are walking on right now. Leave that home and create a new world, a new unification. And that's where we are now, and it's scary as hell. To me, anyway. It's like, really? I have to leave? Can I have an allowance? No, you can't. You're on your own now. Really? Yeah, you have to go out and make your own way. You gonna help? Well, I'll send you some compassion. Oh, can you send me $1? Probably not, but keep going. You'll figure it out. I mean, that's what I'm feeling. All right. Earth, future, melting pot. So all this abandonment I'm feeling, this deep polarity, this abandonment I'm feeling, this deep polarity, we're leaving that behind to jump into a melting pot. So maybe my friends of a different color will not have to leave. And they probably will, though. For the time being, it's so scary. Sharing cultural ideas, the Pleiades. This is so important. And it is such a loss with this deep polarity. We go travel the world, those of us who are lucky enough to be in other countries, and share cultural ideas, sharing things that are so similar, but done just a little different way. It enriches us beyond imagination. And the last card we get, Lemurian era. This is the lightness. This is the Mount Shasta vibe. This is us living together in harmony with whale energy, dolphin energy, giving birth to a new, walking into Aquarius, the age of Aquarius. So this full moon, new moon cycle is really kicking me in the butt here with these eclipse seasons. We really get to see the political nature of our Supreme Court, and it drives me absolutely nuts. But with this reading, because I feel like my image of what the U.S. was is being abandoned. The deep polarity is driving me. It's putting a wedge in what I think is compassion. But if I look at this spread, there's only 2 cards here that are really, if we just pull these away, we have true compassion. We have sharing cultural ideas. We have the Lemurian era. We have the melting pot. And we have the leaving home card where I'm going, oh my God, this is so scary, but it's so exhilarating. We get to be on our own path. However, we have this deep polarity and this abandonment issue that we have to get over. And we are going to get it. We are going to get through this. There's way more good cards than there are these cards here that make us, drop us into fear. Okay. That was my positive energy flow with a little bit of a rant. All right. I'm going to hit pause, and I want to look at ice, and I want to see where we're going this week as far as what are we, the people, doing? Are we going to stand up? Are we going to show our displeasure, i.e. rage with what's going on? Are there going to be like big protests spelled with an RIOTS for entertainment only? Is something big going to happen? It certainly feels like it. I guess the deck that I'm going to use is my Los Scaribo deck. Okay. I'm going to rant. Hang on. All right. Better? Angry Psychic Duck.
That hat doesn't look very good on you.
No?
No, you're not an angry person.
But you can be an angry duck?
Oh yeah, I can be an angry duck.
Okay. Let's look at ice. I'm going to get rid of angry duck hat.
Much better.
Okay. Ice. Ice in the cities. I heard, so my wife told me, and I'm not sure where she got this information, that the worker bees of ice are not happy at all. They are overworked. They don't like what they're doing. They're pulling people off their jobs that they don't think they should be pulling. So let's look from the bottom and move it up. What is going on with ice? What is going on with ice? They're fighting windmills, and they got secrets coming up. So, do you hear that sigh? Oh, good Lord. They have the Queen of Swords at the bottom, okay? The Queen of Swords here. They got this old white guy's head. Hurry up. Hurry up. I'm hoping that's somehow the Supreme Court is getting decapitated. I'm hoping. When? But it's strong female prosecutorial energy, whatever that feels like in the United States, because I don't get it. But if the Supreme Court keeps laying down in the past, as it relates, the Democratic card, let's rise up, let's lift our cups, let's have calm, let's have peace. So if we go out there and if we are marching, peaceful, just standing up, showing up. All right, at the top of the reading is a celebration, is success. We're talking about ice, the worker bees. And in the potential near future, we get worry. And look at that Nine of Swords. Lots of red stuff. I'm trying to be good for YouTube because this is for entertainment only. Ice. Worker bees walking away. I can see them. I can see them just saying, hell no, I'm not going any further. What's the external? External sadness. These are the worker bees. These are the guys and gals in uniform. Guys and gals. That used to be, I would go to these seminars for training when I sold dirt. And one of the presenters would go, hey, guys and gals. Just cracked me up. All right. Hopes and fears. Four of Swords. This is quiet time. This could also be illness time. But in this deck, it's just like finding your zen, rebalancing yourself. In the final outcome, worker bees ice. Star of Hope. Star of Hope. The Star card, balance, abundance, bringing forth a new way of looking at things. And it's, the fighting windmills. The second card is the High Priestess, the secret. So maybe some secrets are going to come out. This deck, let me pull this down a little bit, because this deck isn't, sorry, hang on. There we go. Sorry, this new iPad, it's gotta work it. Okay, so they're just fighting windmills, but they have some secrets coming out. But so you look at this spread, you have big worry here, you have sadness here, but retreat, quiet time, sickness, illness. in the hopes and fears, but generally speaking, this is all really, really positive. Walking away, they're laying down their arms. Let's pull some clarifications on this Star of Hope, two of them. The Hermit card, going back to this take a break, isolation, but shining a light on something. I'm seeing from this card this and this. The Queen of Swords and the High Priestess. Whatever these secrets are, the intuition from this High Priestess, the Hermit is going to shine a light on it. In the Five of Pentacles. This, to me, is the moral loss. Shining the light on the moral loss. Still got ways to go. Still got ways. But these well, let me look at it from maybe a different point of view, where these guys really like that they're not fighting windmills, that they think they're doing a good job. I still don't get it. That would be, yeah, these two cards, celebration, success, the Star card, bringing balance to the U.S. by only having old white guys in there. That doesn't seem that the rest of the cards support that. Because we have the Democratic card. We have the female card. So, yeah, no, I'm not seeing it. Ice, the worker bees. I think they are, I don't think that they're going to continue. Let's, and hold this line. I think they're going to, like, back away. I think, let's put these cards back in. Let's, are they going to, and I'm going to pull the pendulum out here. Are the worker bees of ice? May I ask a question, please? So this is the way that I do this. You can see my hand is not moving, but the video is skipping a little bit. Am I fully protected? Do I have permission to douse? Am I accessing my higher authority? And that is a yes. All right, may I ask a question? Will the workers of ICE, the immigration enforcement worker bees, the people on the street, will they lay down their arms, so to speak, and not do their job according to ICE manual? And that's a yes. It's not a real strong yes, but it is a yes. May I ask another question, please? May I ask another question, please? Give me a circle for when you're ready. Thank you. The other question is, will this immigration change to be more inclusive? I get a yes. And that was kind of a goofy question to ask. To be more inclusive, but it really feels like to me that when it gets so bad with this immigration, Trump's numbers are in the toilet. So these people behind the scenes that are running this. Okay, let's take a look at overall immigration. How is it being looked on by the population? And I'm going to look at Republicans and, well, we know how it's looking in the Democratic area. And I don't want I don't want to keep using Democrat Republican because that is the deep polarity again. When I was on going down south for the retreat with the school shooting out there, and I was listening to a station down out of LA, an AM station, and it really Republican, and the announcer, the radio jock, remember DJs, disc jockeys, he said, "Oh, the lefties," and I'm like, what? The lefties don't even know what kind of gun this guy. Well, what? That doesn't. What are you doing? What? Angry psychic duck again. Okay. How are the Republicans? And again, how are the people who want immigration control? I mean, I think that we all, I don't. I'm saying open up the borders. Let's have one world. And I know people don't agree with me on that. But then again, I'm not in charge. I'm just in charge of me. I would have wide open borders. We wouldn't be dealing with any of this stuff. Maybe we could use that money to feed people, to house people. What do you think about that? Psychic Duck goes, I'm happy. I'm happy, Psychic Duck, now. Okay. Are the people who want this immigration, are they happy with how things are going? This immigration control? Are they happy with how things are going? Are they happy with how things are going? When I drop into this, they're like, yeah, I think we are. I think so. A little hesitation. Let's see what the cards have to say. They're confused. Illusion, delusion. I think so. I think I'm happy. And then kind of what I was going to say, they're going to wake up and go, oh, I'm not happy anymore. Heartbreak, betrayal. This has gone too far. Walking away. Thank you. Okay. Yikes. Okay. Let's drop this down so you can take a look at what I just pulled, and we'll just go through this kind of quick. Are the people who wanted immigration reform, the people who want it, let's be forceful about this, are they happy? They're a little confused with the Seven of Cups. The challenge is they're starting to feel betrayed with the Three of Swords. At the base of the reading, they're walking away from this. The numbers, the polling numbers are dismal with this, but there's still some that are going, yeah, this is good. Yeah, this is good. In the past, as it relates to the future, is they're seeing a new truth with the Ace of Swords. At the top of the reading that's overshadowing everything is the Knave of Wands, is a new way of looking at some things, some new information, and the potential near future is the Empress card. Now, we could read this as Russia is still being involved with this, or it's a new way forward, a new birth, a new abundance. But internally, Four of Swords, they're not well with this. They're not well with this idea. They need a timeout. They need to go, let's rethink this. We have the Hermit up here too. Let's get quiet and rethink this. The external energy with this is the addiction. It's the Fox News sycophants. This is what we watch. This is what we do. This is what we follow. and I watched a little of some Fox News with Jesse Waters, and he is this energy. It is horrific what he says. Hopes and fears that we have a suspension, that we look at things from a different point of view that they do. I'm hoping that they can. And then the final outcome is the hermit, where they do get a little isolated. They do go somewhere and they do see the truth with this light. It's illuminated, this singular issue. And then they come up with a plan. They're at a crossroads, and it's a world crossroads that the world steps in and says, you can't do this. And then we have the slow moving Knight of Pentacles coming in and moving on. So yeah. They're going to be surprised. They're seeing the truth, but it's taking a while for them to see the truth. All right, I want to look at the Supreme Court. Because this is, I don't know. I don't get it. You know, we have this shadow docket. And are the people going to stand up and like really protest what our government is doing and what the Supreme Court is allowing? And is it the lower courts that are going to have a bigger voice in what the Supreme Court does? Because what the lower courts are doing, they're spending all this time looking at the case. They're going through precedent. They're doing a lot of research on this. And then it gets up to the Supreme Court because Pumpkinhead goes, hey, I need some help with this. I need a favor. And the Supreme Court just looks at it and rules right away without really giving it the thought that the lower courts have put in. At least that's my point of view on this. So, are the lower courts, are they going to have a big role in the change of what's going on with the Supreme Court? Let's pull 3 cards for the Supreme Court, though. What is the pathway for the Supreme Court in the next, by the end of the year, in 2025, the rest of this year? What's the pathway? What are they doing? Where are they going? It feels like there's a change coming. Feels like there's a change coming to the higher order of things. Let me drop this down. 3 cards. We have the Hierophant, the higher order of things. We have the death of the Hierophant. And we have moving on to calmer waters with the swords of truth. Moving to a newer place, newer ground. I'm not quite sure how that's going to happen. Is it just going to be the death of somebody? Is it going to be the death of the Supreme Court? The whole institution? Are the lower, and here's where I want to go with this, are the lower courts, the Court of Appeals, are they going to go, enough is enough? Are they going to start speaking up? Because all their work that they're doing, I'm going to lift this up, all their work that they're doing on this is just being left by the wayside. You know, I don't know about you, but if you But if I don't know about you, but if you, if I do a job, if somebody says, Danny, go do that job, and I do that job, and then they look at it and go, oh man, really? No. I told you to make a path, but I wanted a circle. But you wanted a path from here to there. Yeah, but I really wanted it as a circle. I'd be pissed. You didn't tell me that. Want you to build me a house. Okay. You put wheels on it. I want to be mobile. Okay, let's see. I don't know what I'm saying now. But I am in a better mood than when I first started this video. Holy crap. And I was listening to my friend Libby yesterday, and she goes, it's okay to turn off the news. I'm like, why don't I listen to her? Half the time I can't understand what she says. Got that funny accent. I'm going to get in trouble. I am getting in big trouble for that. I forgot where I was going with this. Hang on. Are the lower courts going to start speaking up and having a bigger voice and push back against the Supreme Court? Are the lower courts going to push back against the Supreme Court? That's a good card and a bad card. This is a weight card, and it's also, let's take a look at things from another point of view. Karmic Wheel of Fortune. Good, good, good. Let's just keep dropping these and see what we get. Queen of Swords. Okay. Okay. Let's drop this down. Is this video skipping again? Dang it. Dang it, dang it, dang it. Okay. What do we have here? It is. Sorry. We have the Hangman with the Wheel of Fortune. We have the Two of Wands at the base, Queen of Wands in the past as it relates to this, the legal issues. We have sadness in the potential near future, and we have the Knave of Wands. Let's come up with a new idea. They're at a crossroads, but they have the Wheel of Fortune crossing them. Things are changing. There's some karmic destiny happening here. But right now, we're feeling the sadness. And those worker bees in the courts are going, this isn't what I signed up for. To have my work just turned around without any explanation, without really looking at the precedents. It's too political. Internally, we have new information coming. So when we saw the Supreme Court, some endings and beginnings with the Supreme Court and moving on to calmer waters, we get news from unexpected sources here. Is there something that's going to cause that endings and beginnings of the High Court? External position, we have the King of Cups, the wise king, the calming king. This was my Joe Biden card. Is he going to show up again? I don't see that. I don't feel that. I feel a little of it. Got to be honest. Not him so much, but you know where I'm going with this. Hopes and fears, again, crossroads. And it's the crossroads of truth. We have the Queen of Pentacles, abundance, security, comfort. We have the Ace of Swords. I'm not going to pick up the card. Well, I will, but I'll hold them still. We have the clarifiers, the new truth coming, and then we have new enlightenment with the Sun card holding up the sword of truth. So yes, the lower courts feel like they will that it's too much for them. With this Five of Cups, with this, their heads are in their hands going, what the heck? What is going on? I think there's going to be a new reckoning from the lower courts. Okay. Lifting up. So sorry about the jumpy video. I hope the sound isn't jumpy. Sorry I was so angry. Sorry, not sorry. When we go out there and when we stand up, do it with respect for ourselves. Do it with nonviolence. Be strong. Be brave. Peace and love.